Business News. I am Chiwende Usisiegu. The Major Oil Marketers Association of Nigeria (MOMA) and the Depot and Petroleum Product Marketers Association of Nigeria have decried the delay in the payment of outstanding subsidy debts owed by the federal government. According to a report, the marketers on Sunday appealed to the government to facilitate the payment of the debts by the agencies saddled with responsibility, adding that the Senate had in July approved the payment of subsidy claims totaling 348 billion naira to oil marketing companies based on a request by President Muhammadu Buhari. The Executive Secretary MOMA, Clement Isong, appealed to the government to hasten the payment of the subsidy arrears owed to them, saying the continued non-payment had severely impacted their working capital and their ability to pay bank loans and their service providers. He appreciated the efforts of the National Assembly and the Federal Executive Council in approving payment, stating that the non-payment had negative impact on the operational efficiency of the downstream sector of the oil industry, thereby placing a severe strain on players' efforts to continually invest in the infrastructure and raise industry standards. Revenue disbursements by the Federation Account Allocation Committee to the three tiers of the government hit 6.226 trillion naira in the third quarter of 2018. According to a report, it states that there has been a steady increase in the first three quarters of this year, with 2.28 trillion naira shared in the third quarter of 2018. However, a breakdown shows that the federal government received the highest sum of 904.8 billion naira, followed by states which received 718.5 billion naira, and local government areas receiving the lowest disbursed 432.1 billion naira. It states that information is contained in the latest edition of the Nigerian Extractive Industry Transparency Initiative Quarterly Review released in Abuja on Sunday. NAITI said that the total Federation Account Allocation Committee disbursements in the third quarter of 2018 amounted to 2.28 trillion naira, representing a 17.6% increase over the 1.938 trillion naira disbursed in the first quarter of 2018 and 13.5% higher than the 2.008 trillion naira disbursed in the second quarter. The Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria has urged chief executive officers to get the essential cyber security knowledge that will secure companies to take appropriate action to secure valuable information assets. The President CIBN, Dr. Uche Olowu, said this during the industry roundtable for information security stakeholders of banks in Nigeria with the theme Cyber Resilience in Organizations. According to him, every CEO does not need to become a cybersecurity expert, but rather CEOs should increase their knowledge of core cybersecurity concepts and leverage leadership skills to conceptualize and manage risks in strategic terms, understanding the business impact of risks. He said that for financial sector institutions, cybersecurity has become an issue from the top down, adding that every board of directors, chief executive officers, and senior executives must ensure that they are making the right decision about cybersecurity for their institutions. The Consumer Affairs Commissioner of the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, Dr. Moses Arigo, has identified low metering as a factor responsible for estimated billing by electricity distribution companies. Arigo stated this at the inauguration of the Customers Complaint Forum Office in Osogbo, the Osun State capital. He said the bulk of the complaints by consumers in Osogbo and its environs were on estimated billing and high voltage, saying the inauguration of the Complaints Forum Office would enhance a better relationship between consumers and Ibadan Electricity Distribution Company, which is in charge of distribution in the area. Arigo said IBEDC received 1,275 complaints from consumers in the area between January and September 2018, stressing that most of them were about estimated billing and high voltage issues. He said that the Commission notes the recurring complaints on estimated billing, which is mainly due to the low metering status in the sector, adding that it is for this purpose that the Commission has introduced measures to accelerate metering through the Meter Asset Provider Regulation of 2018. That's the business news from Television Nigeria. I am Chiwendo Osisiego. Thanks for watching.